Star Wars Battlefront 2 is back on the spotlight, boys, and so is the hype for Battlefront 3. As we get ready for what could be the next big Star Wars game, I want to be a little realistic and share some concerns, because before we get lost in the excitement, it's worth talking about what could go wrong. If you follow the series for a while, you'll know Battlefront 2's history is full of chaos and some questionable decision making. Honestly, it's kind of like if Anakin's story started out with him already as Darth Vader, and then we just fast forward straight to his redemption at the end. Hey everyone, Not Pro here, and it's honestly wild seeing the Battlefront community going crazy again. Playing in full lobbies is a very refreshing turn of events. I love the DICE Battlefront games, but before I get swept up in the hype, I want to take a step back and talk about what could make or break Battlefront 3 for me. Because if there's one thing Battlefront 2 has taught us, it's that things can go sideways really fast, and sometimes things can get fixed with enough pushback. Let's rewind and look at where things started to go off the rails. Battlefront 2's release stirred up a ton of controversy right out of the gate. The whole progression system was tied to loot boxes, leveling up felt unfair, and it was quite literally pay to win. Backlash exploded and it got so bad that EA actually had to pull microtransactions out of the game, which was unheard of at the time. Instead of just ignoring the outrage, the devs actually listened. They went back to the drawing board and rebuilt the entire progression system from the ground up. No more pay to win, no more loot box nonsense, and suddenly, the way it should have been from the start. It took months, but the difference was night and day. The community started coming back, word of mouth got better, and Battlefront 2 slowly became a game people actually wanted to play again. That massive shift is why I, and I'm sure so many of us, still care about this game. It was almost like the Sonic the Hedgehog movie situation, where we bullied the creators so hard they had no choice but to go back and redo almost everything. Whether you agree with that noise or not, you can't deny the success of that outcome. But now, as we look ahead to the future, there's a big question mark about who's actually going to be making the next Battlefront. DICE made Battlefront 1 and 2, but right now they're busy with other projects. And even if DICE was available, most of the people who actually worked on the Battlefront games have moved on. So there's no guarantee that DICE could be the ones to come back or even recapture the vision of the previous two Battlefront games. That's what makes me a little nervous about what a new Battlefront might actually look like. There's one engine that's been shaking up the gaming industry lately, for better or for worse. There's a lot of discussion about Unreal Engine 5, and yeah, the engine is impressive, but it's picked up a lot of notoriety for all the stuttering and performance issues that plague recent games. The insane amount of incentive to push for ray tracing to drastically improve visual fidelity, especially in a franchise known for going all out on graphics and visuals, basically means we'll need powerhouses just to experience it all, and even then, we'll probably only just graze 60 FPS on max settings. The crazy part is Battlefront 2 already looked amazing and still holds up today, all without the modern bells and whistles. But let's face it, Battlefront 3 will almost certainly use all the latest tech, probably require a half a terabyte of storage, and will use AI for everything. I just hope that by the time it drops, the performance demands or the results are actually worth it. I want those next-gen visuals, but not if it means that half of the community can't even run the game at the full intended quality. Epic says they're working on fixes, but right now it still feels like a gamble every time a new Unreal game drops. If Battlefront 3 goes this route, I just hope that we're not spending more time tweaking settings than just playing Star Wars Battlefront 3. Now, I personally love Unreal Engine, but I'm coming from the realm of game dev and art, so I know that my stance might be a little skewed here because I work in the engine more than I play games made with it. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible here. It's crucial to point these things out. And if Epic does fix these issues, it'll help me out in my work and help everyone else who just wants to play games. So, win-win. The visuals and tech are just one part of that equation. When Battlefront 2 first dropped, its progression system left a lot of people frustrated. With all the new laws and bans on loot boxes and stuff, I don't think we'll ever see that old system again, but it's still on the devs to make Battlefront 3's progression fair and fun on day one. We honestly should not have to fight for it again. Honestly, I enjoyed the old HUT contracts from Battlefront 1. Being able to work for individual items that have unique criteria to unlock them was pretty fun and challenging at times. Seeing a remix of that would be a cool avenue of gameplay that I feel got a little simplified in Battlefront 2 after all of the changes. And real quick, I just want to talk about the big wish list items. I feel like the community generally wants the same things. I know a lot of people are hoping for Ahsoka and Mace Windu, but honestly, I'd love to see some more obscure picks. Someone like Grand Moff Tarkin. Bigger maps are a must, and of course, that parallels the dream of having those seamless ground-to-space battles. And when it comes to the campaign, I just want something that actually feels a bit more like Star Wars. I'll admit I wasn't a huge fan of Battlefront 2's campaign, so maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but I feel like I'm not alone there. The wish list is out there. The real question is, will the devs actually listen this time? And if there's enough pushback, are they willing to overhaul the game to make it right? Knowing how things have gone in modern gaming lately though, we all know how quickly things can fall apart. Seeing the positive feedback happening with games like Marvel Rivals and how much NetEase is actually working with players to improve their game, it gives me a little sliver of hope that Battlefront 3 could get the same treatment, if the devs are willing to put in the work like DICE did. So what's your biggest hope or biggest worry for Battlefront 3? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And hey, if you want to stay up to date or even catch me in a stream, consider subscribing. I stream on this channel and on my Twitch channel every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully I get to see you guys then. Peace.